how to show post thumbnails. And what I mean by that, if you go into my blog, you can see that on the left of each post there's a little thumbnail, and then we see an excerpt of the text that is going to be in the post. And you can click read more and see what's going on. But by default, most themes do not show an expert or a thumbnail, and that is not very practical because that means that people have to scroll a lot to get to see your content, and that's not. It's just you're making people waste their time. So, but how do you do that? And unfortunately, unless you have a theme that allows you to do this easily, it gets a little bit tricky. So I'm going to show you how to do that. You have to delve a little bit into the code. And I know this sounds scary, but it's just a couple of lines you have to change. You just look and follow what I'm doing, and you'll be able to get nice post thumbnails like this. So the first thing we have to do is make sure that we're just showing an excerpt. And to do that, you gotta go to Appearance and Editor, find your main index template, click on it, and then you'll be able to access the code. And then you just scroll down where you see it's right here. It's just hard to see here what it is. It says the content. So we gotta change that to the excerpt. How do you say that? Excerpt. The excerpt. Excerpt. Is that how you write it? And then just update the file, and then we'll just get, instead of everything, we get a section of it. Isn't that awesome? Now it's easier to see, right? Well, there's a problem. We don't see the thumbnail here. So how do you see the thumbnail? Well, there's another thing that I'm gonna teach you. To show the thumbnail, you have to go to any of your posts and make sure that there's something for your feature image. Your feature image is what WordPress is gonna pull to show on here, right? And to add a feature image is very simple. You can either click here, set feature image, or if you click on the add image button, all you have to do is upload a file, like a picture, or if you already have some on your media library, you can just click on it, let's say show, and then click on where it says use as feature image. Done. And that's it. Click update, and you should be able to see that this feature image has been set. It's just refreshing. Scroll down. There it is, the feature image. So let's see if it shows right now. And it does. Right? That's awesome. So that's pretty much it. Now, let's say that that feature image is too big. Or right now, if I click on it, it doesn't take me anywhere. Right? So it'd be nice if people could actually click on the image as well as on the title, and then that would take them to the actual post. So to do that, we have to learn how the code works a little bit more. So I'll show you what I did on my post. Another thing I want to show you is that dealing with code on WordPress is not easy because everything looks the same color, and basically you're like, if you don't know code, it looks even worse. So there's a couple of pieces of software that allows you to edit code in a more interesting way. My favorite one is TextMate for Mac, and the other one, which is free for PC, is called Notepad++. So if you want to edit them yourself, and if you start getting to code, I recommend that you get either or a similar editor. So you can also access your template from your FTP server. And I show you how to upload to your FTP server on a previous chapter. But basically, if you go to your domain and you go to WP-content and you go to themes, and then you go to your theme, then you can find the index file. You can right click and edit with TextMate, and you'll see the code looks a lot prettier than before, right? And now I can go and find that. So this is my program media side, and I changed the content to the excerpt, right? And here, this is the pieces of code that renders that thumbnail, right? So it's basically asking WordPress, does this post have a thumbnail, or in this case, a feature image? If it does, then show it, right? And then show it with these parameters. So in this case, I'm setting the size of it. So if you just copy and paste, or just write down array and all that, 145, 125, that's how you set the width and the height, the maximum width and height of that image. And now all I do is say copy that, and I go back to the appearance, and I try to find has thumbnail, and it actually was there already. So I don't know why I'm teaching you that, but you know what? That way you get to see that TextMate is awesome to be able to edit code. Well, I'm just gonna paste it there, right? And update file. And then that image should become smaller. And it is smaller.